my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Act slick, then hit with the back then, you out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Hey, it's coming.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Play action. Garoppolo. Throwing deep for Galladay. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Now he'll pull it down, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Vikings! Raheem Mostert. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He completes this one to Mack. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, that can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Throwing again on second down. Garoppolo. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
First down, Philadelphia. Here we go,
so the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this second and 9.
12, fellas, here we go.
Garoppolo again. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Hey, Alpha! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Being chased out left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, you better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion.
Here we
and
go,
no
here we go.
field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're coming up on their second drive of the game. Had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Howell. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
We got this.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put him behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, fellas. Here we go, here we go. Like 20! Yeah, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
Garoppolo on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Here we go. 180! He's coming. Check him. Check him. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. 11. SOS. 65. SOS.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Here we go.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
Here we go.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180! Let's go. 12.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still
here we go.
Ended up with a solid game.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now the other man has it. It's a fake, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down.
Here we go. Black 80! I'm coming, baby, I'm coming. 65. 21.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay.
Here we go.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Ready? 50, play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Hey, exit. Mike 55. Mike 55. Let's go, baby.
On 3rd down, Powell. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7th. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
They had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they would have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. James now to return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10.
Let's go
from
now.
the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, watch your legs.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm. Absolutely. They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, baby.
On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Here we go, here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star,
Here we go.
someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Here we go.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Here we go. 180. Mike, 58, right there. Check. 58's the Mike. 11. The Mike. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On the return, it's James. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing to start the drive. Howell into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did, but let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
10 Lobo. Here we go. Hey, Zoo. 34's the Mike. Get it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
We got this.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Dancing to his left. James has got it. Complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready?
Operating from the gun. Howell escaping the pressure right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Come on,
so now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Now.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. This field goal, you always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did. Good. I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hey, high 7. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Lead grip.
To throw on 3rd down. Howell. The pass complete. It's Bird. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Mike 55, Mike. General West. Here we go, let's bring it. Get it.
Throwing on 1st down. Howell. Flush to his right. He gets it to Thomas. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Check mine. Watch it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Howell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try to pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
51 the mic, boys. 51. Tackle.
Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's fielded at the 45. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. I got him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. Throw caught here by Bird. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 33 yards that time. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
AC Gator. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
To throw on 2nd down. Howell buying time to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
On 3rd down, Whittington. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now Myers for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Vikings 26, Eagles nothing. Rigoberto Sanchez set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
To win. Let's go. On the double.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
On the ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
Come on, set.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Let's go.
Off the play fake. Howell. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get this into the hands of Bird. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
50, plant.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Watch the run. Check, bunt set. Check, bunt set. Check the run.
On 1st down, Howell. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
You ready?
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Ready.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
Well, there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
55's my guy, 55. Watch the run.
Now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Ready.
4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Easy work. It's easy work. It's
Oh,
coming
partner,
again.
Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Demir Bird, 78 yards, as his guys continue to hold on. And my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That's going to go down as a loss of 9 on the 1st down play. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
58's the mic. 58.
Hey, Delta.
Let's put him on the
Leaf river.
They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now! Get it!
This is Mostert. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Let's go.
Ready, set.
55 to Mike. Check. 55 to Mike. Man, that's trash.
Let go.
Mostert. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. And in week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Go. Go.
On 2nd down, Whittington. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Set. 70. Indy.
Yeah. You don't want none.
Ready, ready.
From the gun, Howell. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 20. Yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
Here we go.
He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays out. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check 25. Check 25.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
And they're indeed going to go for it on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Here we go.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Had a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better here, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now Garoppolo. He completes this one to Mack. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
Here we go.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Hey, let's go.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw.
Come to my world.
Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
We got 3.
They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He'll boot it away from about his 35. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Minnesota, they'll wrap up the campaign an impressive 15-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time.